bad. Delay. Right, we are back here at the moment. Apologies for that. If it happens again, I apologise. It might happen again, I don't know. My internet's just doing fantastic today. Blame the NBN. As we see here now, Radicus closing back up here on Dark Ice for P1 at the moment. And Silk sitting there behind doing very nicely. And Brackish is definitely gone back off that pack now, as I said he would. And Radicus now right on the tail of Dark Ice here at the moment. And okay, I've just got your rims right now. Fantastic. This game is this day's gone fantastically already. Brackish now got Leclerc sitting there in a good position on the mediums. Matt is just hunting him behind, so that's going to be a feisty fight at the end. Oh, Drix is out, and it's a safety car. Oh, Drix is out. Where Metal is crashed in qualifying. Whoa! Now what happens here is the question. Lap 7 of 27. What do they do?
It's got to be hard tires to the end.
Leclerc's in, Matt's in, Metal is in. They're all in. Well, Leclerc and Matt have to. They have to. They just have to. They can't risk staying out, especially here in Japan. Hard's on for Dark Ice. Hard's on for everybody. Everybody's on the hard tires. Except Silk is going to meet. Idiot.
Guess who's on hard tires already? Feel for him.
Yeah.
Ooh, Silk's on. Yeah.
Silk's on mediums. So Silk will have an early advantage, but those tires will go off at the end, so it'll be interesting to see where Silk can come through the field. By the way, Metal is now P3, Satara now P4 because Silk had to get held, so that's cost Silk a little bit for the championship at the moment, but Silk, of course, on the medium tires. Wow, so that's just changed everything here at the moment in this race with these guys. And Brackish, sorry, Brackish was P3, never mind. It's just said that Brackish is P3. Okay, this game's going great, fantastically for me at the moment.
Stack. Yeah. One of the only Silk and Matt had to double stack.
Now, Heatwave's gone the mediums, but I think he's just done that so he can take that 5 seconds off, which he has done. So I don't blame him for doing that, actually.
I'm trying to figure out how Leclerc lost a position to Matt. And the only thing I can think of is the box in front of him. If it had 2 cars, one of them, like the second one, lines up behind him, and that's how he got blocked. What's the box in front of the Renault? Cannot remember.
I don't think that. I don't know. He was just held up in the pits, maybe, but I don't see how he would have.
Well, how he would have lost to Matt, because Matt had the double stack.
Maybe he didn't get out of his pit box in time, maybe. I don't know, but Leclerc wouldn't be that one that would do that. So, interesting. Very interesting to see how it's all played out here at the moment in this race. And we should be going next time by, as Heatwave and Roscoe will be the next ones to catch up to the field here. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how it all plays out here at the moment in this race. And, yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see.
I think Heatwave's trying to do something.
One another.
So we might have another 2 laps of safety cars.
Well, we saw this, what, in Singapore?
Yes.
Someone did that in Singapore.
And I know why he would want to do it, because he wants to go back on those hard tires. He doesn't want mediums, so he's going quicker than the safety car through this section.
No, he would have been in by now.
Well,
So
yeah, but here's the thing. You take he wants the least amount of laps on his hard tires as possible. So you take another lap off, like you stick back, and then you go into the pits at the end of this lap.
I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work.
Well, he's catching up.
We'll find out.
He needs to back off more if he wants to.
I just very confused with that at the moment, as we see Roscoe.
Unless he's trying to keep his tire warms and then rock up on the back of the field while everyone else is cold. The only other thing I could think of.
Yeah, because if he's got the hard tires, he would have come in now. Because now he's catching up to the field. Oh, you don't want to hit the curb there and spin, Heatwave.
No, he is sticking back still. Tactics. Absolute tactics. And yeah, the safety car's not in. Not gonna lie, I kind of want this rule to be addressed for next season. But it is interesting tactics. The reason he would do it is now he's gonna dip into the pits right now for his hard tires. No, he's not. Never mind.
No, he won't.
Okay, guess
Why
not.
would he? It's lap 10 right now. The mediums will make it from here. You wouldn't be cold on the hards right now. That'd just be stupid. Stats just helps Silk and as well to keep his mediums at a good pace as well. So I think he's just done that. So the safety car didn't come in that lap. So it's Dark Ice that leads at the moment here in Japan from Radicus, Brackish, Metalers, Satara, P5 doing very well. Silk, Matt, Leclerc, Poms, Heatwave, and Roscoe Arm as we're moments away from a restart. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to see how Silk goes here on this restart and see what Heatwave could possibly do as well. So we're just waiting for Dark Ice to come to the end here at the moment.
I think Heatwave just wanted a less lap of running on his tires, full speed running.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And he will try to see if he can move up through the field here at the moment. So Brackish doing very well in P3, Metal is doing very well in P4 at the moment. Same with Satara, as the safety car, I'm almost certain, will be in this lap. There we go. So it's Dark Ice and Radicus at the front. What will go down here between these two? Brackish sitting there behind. Metalers, Satara. Watch this restart. Radicus was catching Dark Ice at the end of that soft stint. So let's see what goes down here in this one. Oh, Radicus has almost spun it. And Dark Ice, the both of them.
Dark Ice is...
Me swearing they came on stream, I do apologise. I thought my internet went out again.
Nice.
But it's all okay for now, so I do apologise there. Silk is out of the session, so that's a shame for him. But yeah, we saw the end of that. I hope that did come on stream. Dark Ice and Radicus there. Wow, that was very close there at the moment. Poms and Roscoe not far behind, but Brackish now P2. Silk, that's a big moment in the championship right now. And Matt now moves his way up through the field.
This is massive for Leclerc and Heatwave, both of them.
Well, and Matt too. Matt too.
Yes.
This is big for, well, I'm talking about championship-wise, but yeah,
Yes.
Heatwave and Leclerc.
Especially
for
Leclerc
them.
here. Leclerc's closer to Silk than Heatwave.
As Radicus gets a penalty, he's
And
obviously got a live.
Heatwave, who
so
seemed like he was out of
the
this race, now all of a sudden has life.
P7 will be P7 once he gets past Silk. He'll be hoping Silk doesn't join in time before that happens. And look at this now, Medalist is now trying to get up to the back here of Brackish in this one. Not even halfway through this race yet, and it's just so intense here at the moment. Satara there. Oh, Satara almost has the moment as well. Leclerc now trying to move his way up at the moment. Leclerc and Matt just tired with each other at the moment. As
Yeah, there's Heatwave, yep.
Silks. Now all Heatwave's got to do is not fully commit to it, but just have them come to him. That's what he's got to do here at the moment. But look at this fight for the lead. Right now, Brackish is pretty much leading due to Radicus's penalty. Who'd have fuck it? Wow.
Wow.
Oh, Heatwave's gone!
Oh, F. Oh, never mind.
Oh, well, F.
F. F in the chat, please.
F in the chat for Heatwave and F in the chat for me being very nervous right now when the next dropout's going to come through for my internet. As Radicus still leads this race over Brackish only just, but Brackish now slowly clawing that margin down a little bit, but all he's got to do is just stay with him if he can under that 3 seconds, because he could still win this race.
There's Silk, and Silk's going to lose 2 more positions
59.
before he joins back.
Wow, that's a big moment for Silk. Silk's all the way down in P10. And he may go down even further in this. Wow.
Brackish is
Big
holding on to
while.
Radicus quite nicely.
Satara and Medalist getting close here at the moment. Here for P3 in this Grand Prix at the moment. And Satara now trying to see what they can do. Medalist is also holding on to the back of Brackish here for P2. So Brackish doing quite nicely here at the moment. So this is a big old fight here for the lead. A lot of drivers near each other, pretty much first down to 6th. All of them under of DRS of each other. As Silk now gets back in his car down in P10.
So depending on what Leclerc can do, this could be have massive championship implications tonight.
Oh yeah, it could have massive here at the moment. Well, Matt and Leclerc 5th and 6th. Silk is still in the points. If Silk can maybe get back into the room, he could maybe go for a fastest lap if he possibly can. So Radicus still leads. Brackish and Medalist. But boy oh boy, Matt and Leclerc starting to claw down that margin to Satara for 4th.
I think Matt and Leclerc just have the raw pace over Zatara right now. Are you still here, Mitchie?
Oh, okay. I did not realise I was muted. Never mind.
Oh, I thought you died.
This has been a great day so far, and in about an hour's time it's going to get even better. Can't wait to throw some controllers.
And I saw that Silk had
when
left the session again.
Again. Wow. Well, that's well, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, Brackish is gone. Brackish is gone.
More
Spins.
championship implications.
Did he get away with it? Oh, I'm trying to see if he lost an end plate. No, he didn't. He may have had light damage.
Wow.
But my goodness me,
Well,
he got
now
lucky
look at
to
this.
not even lose a wheel.
Leclerc and Matt are up a position now.
Yeah. Matt and Leclerc are now up in position, and they're moving their way up here at the moment, moving their way downtown and trying to get up into P3 is Matt, if he possibly can. Can Matt get close to Satara for P3? This still allows Medalist, and Medalist is in a good position for P2 right now, and Radicus to pull away.
Medalist is in a good position for P1.
One, yes. For P1 right now, so my God, it just keeps chopping and changing here at the moment in this Grand Prix. But wow.
Satara got loose on that exit.
Satara getting close here at the moment to possibly losing a position to Matt as Silk gets back in his car once again. Keep an eye on this fight here for P3 because it is the closest fight on track here at the moment. Silk now out of the points. Ooh. Ultra close here at the moment is all you could say in this one. Boy, oh boy, this is going to hurt Silk in the championship. Where's Silk right now? Silk's now trying to close up here on Heatwave for P10. Radicus with the fastest time of the race. Closest contact between Silk and Heatwave. Whoa! My goodness. Absolute scenes here at the moment in this race. Can Silk go for the move on Heatwave? He will. Side by side, these two will go, and Heatwave looks for it back, but can't. And Heatwave trying to keep that point, but he just can't. Silk now's going to try to keep that point himself, because he has to. But Matt and Leclerc now trying to see what they can do. If they could try to catch up to Satara. As I said, it's one thing to get to the driver, it's one thing to pass him.
And I'll be honest right now, Leclerc looks like he's got more pace in the car than Matt. But due to Matt having DRS, it's just it's basically impossible to overtake on that main straight.
My goodness me. It's fascinating, isn't it, at the moment, to see how it all plays out in this race. How the points would play out right now is that Leclerc would be leading by just 7 points over Silk Weaver, and 10 points behind would be Matt. So, no, excuse me, Matt would be 3 points. In fact, Matt would be second, I believe, and would be 3 points behind Leclerc in the championship. I will be sure to make those calculations once again because I'm probably wrong. But if they can move up even more, that would help them to build even more of a gap to Silk in the championship. As Silk now sitting right down there in P10, but just can't get away from Heatwave in this race. Heatwave's going to stay behind him as much as he can because, of course, both of them on the medium tyres, and both of them doing that risk or go on the mediums has not really helped them out. Right, well, it's not really giving them much of an advantage anyway with their troubles at the moment. Wow.
I feel like this battle for P3 could get really spicy, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play with these 3. Maybe 4, because Brackish is still under DRS behind. So it's not an oversight yet. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Matt just needs to get the good run through here and the DRS if he possibly can.
He just cannot get a good exit onto that main straight.
No. He can't get a good exit at the moment. It's just not going well for him at this time being in this race. Boy, and Leclerc's just haunting him behind, just haunting him in this one. So, how it's played out at the moment is, well, Poms is catching up to Dark Ice. I said it before, the racing points slowly starting to catch up to Dark Ice, and they are. What could that implicate in the championship? But this P3 battle just rages on.
Oh, Matt thought of it and he went a little deep at the hairpin. I'll be honest, if I were Leclerc, it's just, I want to almost say you need to burn your battery going down to the chicane, but still, it's just so easy to defend in that case, and Matt still has slipstream, so...
Oh, and Satara gets a tyre penalty. That's going to help Matt and Leclerc to move up a position.
Yellow flag, who's off?
It's,
Roscoe.
Oh dear. Roscoe off track, and that's another point for Silk.
Matt got a much better exit this time, but he's not using battery.
Leclerc got a better exit than Matt. Here comes Leclerc. This will be big for Leclerc's championship to get past, but he just can't. He's just not close enough.
Yeah, Matt had
at
battery
the moment
to defend, and once Matt activated it, he couldn't get by. Ooh, Dark Ice.
Dark Ice with a time penalty. That will hurt Dark Ice in his championship. As Matt now just haunting Satara at the moment. The thing is, Matt, as you said, Matt and Leclerc feel like they've got the better pace right now as Satara, but it's about to get past.
Matt can't get a good run out of the final corner.
If Matt Leclerc could get past, they could try to hunt down some medalists, because don't forget, 1.6 and Radicus has the time penalty. So that is going to just play into all this as well.
May I ask how many podiums Medalers has had this season? And what's his highest finish?
I'm too scared to do that right now. I'll do that after the race is done. I'm just too scared that something will drop out again. So I'm just holding back for now. Let's just keep an eye out here what goes down here at the moment. Leclerc, I feel like if he could just get the good run, Leclerc's just been, I think, just getting closer and closer here to Matt. The one thing they don't want to do is push too hard and get a time penalty. It's like Singapore over again. They just don't have enough, and it's hurting Leclerc to get past Matt because Matt still has DRS.
Yeah, Matt cannot get a good run on Zatara whatsoever. He needs to use a different line in that final corner, because whatever he's doing right now is just plain out not working for him. He obviously and clearly has the pace on Zatarap in this part of the track. The first and second sector, as you can see, it was almost 7 tenths going into turn 1, and now it's basically 4 or 5 tenths going into the first. I forgot what these are called. It's not Lesmo. It's
I'd be questioning why Japan would call it the Lesmo, but anyway. Also, look at Brackish now, still on the back of Leclerc as well. If anything goes down here, boy, Brackish will come straight through this as well. This also is helping McLaren somewhat stay in the fight for the constructors, but Radicus being P1 right now is not helping out McLaren at the moment. It's 2.2 now between Radicus and Medalers, so... But the important thing for Radicus is Roscoe gets a time penalty, is that he's got a good 3-second gap over Matt and Leclerc, so he could still get P2 in the end.
Yeah, see, Matt went deep, and now he's not going to get a good run. He's going to lose, like,
That's
3
the problem,
tenths.
yeah. Oh, and Radicus responds. Radicus maybe on a showdown here at the moment to try to get some margin over Medalers for the win. And yeah, again, just not enough Matt on Satara right now. So it's lap 21 or 27 here in this Grand Prix. It's just, boy oh boy, I feel like last week at the moment where something is still going to go down. I feel like something's bound to happen. I don't know why. As Roscoe gets the fastest lap of the race. Which Roscoe did pit as well, by the way, for anyone that missed that after his spin just before earlier in the race.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think something still is bound to go down. I still don't know who's going to win this race. Medler is now only 3/10 safe to Radicus for P1.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes down. 2.7 now. Radicus is pulling away. Could this be victory for Radicus?
Yeah, Matt needs to stop braking that late. He's hurting himself more than he's helping himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely.
He needs to line
up.
Right he needs to line up the exit, and he's carrying more entry than he is exit. So it's not working. And Heatwave going for fastest lap.
Now, Silk. If Silk's seen that behind, I'd come in. If I'm Silk, I'd come in, get another point. That's what I'd do if I'm Silk, because he'll be happy to see that Heatwave's in. If I'm Silk, I'd be pitting next lap. This lap, I'd be pitting right now. Get a set of soft tires on and try to go for the fastest lap.
He is kind of catching up to Dark Ice, who does have a penalty, but it's still a bit of a stretch. So yeah, I agree with you.
But to be honest, if you could come in now and try to get an advantage and get that 1 point, who knows? That could help you at the end of the season. With 4 to go, 1 point can help you, especially when Matt and Leclerc are going to move up here due to Satara's penalty. 2.6. Radicus and Medalist, it's still so close between these two. It's going to come down to the wire of that 3-second margin. It's going to come down to the absolute wire between those two at the moment.
That was a better chicane for Matt. A lot better. Like, he needs to do that every lap. He's not close right now, but he needs to do that chicane every lap.
Yeah, he does need to do that. Does Silk come in? No. Okay, well, Silk's just going to take the points then, because I wouldn't be pitting now because you're at risk of Heatwave passing you, even though Heatwave has a penalty. So, who knows, he may still come back in anyway, but we'll keep an eye on that if he does. 3 seconds now. Back to 2.9. It's chopping and changing for Radicus and Medalist at the moment. Boy, oh boy, who knows who's going to take out this Japanese Grand Prix. There's still maybe a chance of even a safety car on lap 23 or 27. Wouldn't that open up the waterworks here in Japan? My goodness. But now these 3 for 3rd, 4th and 5th have come close again here. Leclerc's close back on Matt. Matt just... he's there on Satara, but just not close enough. Radicus, though, 3.2 seconds. Radicus 3.2 seconds over Medalist. Radicus may win this race. It may just be Radicus's first win this season for Williams, and that will be important for Williams' constructors fight. And look at this now. Matt gets an okay run. Leclerc didn't though. So this is fascinating to see how it's all playing out at the moment. These two are going to move up. Matt's most likely going to get up into P3. But boy, oh boy, he would want to try to see if he can pass Satara, because it looks like Medalist is starting to struggle on those hards. Meanwhile, Pom's now closing up here on Dark Ice for P7 as Heatwave does the fastest lap of the race.
Alright, sorry for dying there.
It keeps him in the championship fight. Well, at least you told me, because I was getting very nervous there that something went out again. 3.5 seconds. Radicus over Medalers. Matt still just not enough to get past Satara at the moment. Leclerc just not enough to get close in on Matt here.
I'd be getting so frustrated if I was Leclerc, but not much else you can do.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Not much else you could do at the moment.
I mean, at least the person in front of you doesn't get a penalty on the last lap.
Well, if... I'd say this right now. If If Matt got a penalty, say last lap, boy, that would be so incredible for Leclerc right now, because these two are essentially battling for P3. Since the gap Radicus
Tom's
has
is
over
coming at
the rest
dark
of the field is
ice.
good.
Maybe a look. No, he stays behind for right now.
Ooh, Silk's in.
Oh, that's a little late. Even with Heatwave's
But to be
penalty.
Yeah, Heatwave's got 5 seconds.
That's still really late. I would have done that a lot earlier, because here comes Heatwave. Silk down the pit lane. Yeah, that's stretching it.
Well, we'll keep an eye out. Well, he's still 2.8 seconds behind, so
I think he'll
still
be
get ahead.
fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
But the battle for
so
the
you
win,
can-
though, right now. 1
Back to 3.1. Medalist has come back into it. When we thought he was out
Oh
of
my,
it, he's
look
come
at it.
back into it.
He might dip below here. He's within a 10th. Okay, now that I said that. Wait, no. It's just right
He's
there.
still close though.
Oh,
burning that in.
Matt's
The both of them.
Matt's a lot closer than he has been at any other point during this race. He just needs to keep it clean throughout the chicane, set up the exit, and he goes deep again. But can he get an exit on Zatarab? I think
That's
he's
an
got
okay
it
run.
this time. He needs to use the
That's an
overtake.
okay
Oh,
run.
there we go. DRS open in the slipstream. Is he finally
Zatara's
going
not
to go
using
for it?
this.
Yeah, he's got it. Down the inside,
Yes.
and move done finally for Matt.
Satara didn't use it, so obviously Satara must have just put the hand up and said, yeah, I've got a penalty, there's no point to fight it. So Satara now goes down to P4, and now it's Leclerc's job to see if he can get to Satara pass. Because now Matt will see if he can maybe claw down 2 seconds in 2 laps, but I don't think that can happen. But you never know, anything can happen here in Tier 3.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Silk now begins his lap to try and go for a fastest lap. Here at the moment, he's lifted back, so he doesn't really be held up by Heatwave. 3.6 seconds to gap between those two at the moment. So now it's all Leclerc's job to do. 3.4, it's gone back to, I think Radicus may have this in the bag.
Well,
We'll
I
have to
wouldn't
wait
say
and
that
see.
too early.
No. Medalist could come out of nowhere and get half a second in one lap. So the big disadvantage right now for Leclerc is that Satara... Oh, no, I think he'll have enough here if he gets a good run. Yeah, it's 3.7 now. But Satara's got DRS.
Oh, Zatara might
Satara's
come
got
back at
DRS.
Matt. Oh, if he would have used the battery, though.
I see Satara's point. I mean, when you have a penalty, sometimes you just go, what's the point of fighting it? But us commentators want to see the fight. We want to see it happen. Pom's getting close to Dark Eyes as Silk now has caught up way a lot to Heatwave. Oh, Heatwave. That's... Well, it got the fastest lap anyway. I think Heatwave was holding up, trying to hold up Silk there.
That was smart. That was a little cheeky, but it was smart.
But it didn't work anyway. So
And Radicus has
it doesn't matter.
extended his advantage this lap. I think he's got it.
He's got it. Yep. So, Radicus, this is going to be his first win this season. It's been an up and down season for the Williams driver. And he's going to get this victory here in Japan. Medalist is going to do a superb job in P2. But Radicus coming to the last few corners now. Williams will extend their constructors' lead only just. And Radicus 101 wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Medalist a superb job in P2. I think that's Medalist's best result this season.
I did say Matt would get a podium. I did say
Matt gets
that.
a podium. Leclerc 4th, Satara 5th, Brackish comes home in 5th, Dark Eyes will be Poms in 7th, and then Silk will get P9.
Yes.
Yes, he will. And it'll be 3 points to him unless Heatwave finds some pace here.
So does
For a
Leclerc
fastest
take
lap.
this? How much was Leclerc behind? Let me.
Yeah, he will take the championship lead. He will take the championship lead. Yes, he will. He will. Heat wave causes the penalty, and it's a car park in Japan.
Yes.
As I will just do calculations real quick of the points, but here's the. I'll agree with that. That was a superb job.
Finished on the podium. Second race of the season in Vietnam in third place. He has not scored a point in Tier 3 since Canada.
Wow.
What a comeback that is.
I'd like to point out here the championship points right now. Leclerc leads by 2 points. 2 points over Matt. Silk is 5 points behind. 3 drivers, 3 rounds to go, 5 points separates the top 3. Are you kidding me?
So Leclerc is ahead by how many? 9, right?
Leclerc is ahead by just 2 points. Oh, wait, no, am I right?
Silk gets 3 points, 118, and Leclerc gets 12 points. So 6 points. 6 points.
I got 6 points, 6 points, but still 6 points.
And then Matt is behind by 2 points. Yeah, so it's Leclerc, Matt, Silk. Because Matt gained... No, yeah, Matt gained 3.
Yes.
So it is Leclerc, your championship leader. This is before penalties, of course. On 124. And then it is Matt on 122.
122.
And then it is Silk on 118.
118. So there you go. Wow. My goodness me, what can you say about that one? As we'll just wait on Matt, because I don't think medals will join. Matt will be with us in just a second. I have no game video right now. Why do I not?
I mean, I did say Matt would be on the podium, so...
There's right. As we'll wait for Matt to get in, Finn, you can start it off with Matt.
Well, Matt, you can watch back the stream. I predicted it once again that you would be on the podium this race. It always seems that it comes to you especially in the later part of the Grand Prix. If you were behind Zatarap for quite a while, but still managed to eventually get by him, and you held Leclerc off to 4 P3. So on the podium once again, and you are now P2 in the championship, only 2 points behind championship leader Leclerc right now, with Silk having a poor day with unfortunate disconnects. So yeah, talk us through your race and tell us what you will do to get this championship in these last 3 rounds.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting race. Got wing damage on lap 1 when Zatara just dive bombed me from 74 miles back and smashed my way off. So had to do like the first 7 laps, 8 laps until the safety car with wing damage. So I was just sitting there behind Leclerc, somehow managing to stay within his DRS. I think he underfueled the car a bit, so he's just doing fuel management at that point. So I was just sitting behind him. But once the safety car came out, I was pretty happy with that. So I could finally get the wing changed. But I did lose the 2 positions. Leclerc got a bit screwed in the pits. Not entirely sure. His pit crew just forgot that they had to change his tyres. I don't know if you saw that on the stream. But they just weren't there when he came in the pits. So that was very unlucky for him. And then he came out behind, and Japan's just such a hard track to overtake on. The dirty air in the first sector was just killing me every lap. And I was just struggling to overtake. And then once he got a penalty, I was pretty happy to sit behind. But I managed to get a good run on him, and I think he just let me go at that point since he had the penalty.
Well, I remember Mitchie and I were saying on stream, how did Leclerc lose to you, especially when you had to double stack? We were confused at the moment, but Since you said that, that clears things up a little bit. So, basically, Leclerc got screwed over by the game. Yeah, that's a normal
Yeah.
thing now
So
for
me and
everyone.
Leclerc lost the 2 positions to Atticus and
Well,
Metalers.
everyone gets screwed over by this game at some point. So,
It is true. So because I had to
well,
double stack and change my wing, so that was a very long pit stop for me.
congrats on your 6th podium this season. P2 in the championship, as I said, only 2 points behind, and I'll pass it over to Mitchie.
Right, Radicus P1, congratulations. Talk us through it, through your race and that early penalty and managing just in those final few laps to get that margin over 3 seconds.
Yeah, so obviously had a really bad start. I had a feeling I would, and Dark Ice was able to get the edge going into turn 2 or whatever it is. So, yeah, it was just about following him and trying to stay close to him. I mean, I picked up 2 warnings, I think, on like lap 1 or 2. So I was pretty disappointed. This is typically the track where I don't get any penalties on, so I didn't expect anybody else to get penalties. Good on Metalers for keeping the pressure on me. And yeah, saw that he would claw back time, and then I would gain more time, maybe make a mistake, and then maybe he'd make a mistake. So it was interesting, but I really think Dark Eyes deserved to be up here too. I mean, I'm not sure what happened with me and him going into after that safety car restart, so I'm gonna have to look back at that and see if I left him as much room as I thought I did. I felt I did, but you know, it would be nice to see him on the podium too, because I think we would have had a great battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Would have been a great battle, and managed to get that margin over and getting the win here in Japan. Congratulations on the win. And next week is the United States Grand Prix of the Circuit of the Americas. I'm wrapping up this very quickly, so something doesn't drop out again. Apologies for that in the middle of the race as well. Luckily, we got to the end. Stay tuned for Tier 4 in a matter of moments, and Tier 1, Tier 2 tomorrow, and then ACC on Sunday, and then don't forget, Monday is Tier 5 and 6. For now, it's a goodbye. Championship getting also close as we head to the Circuit of the Americas. Goodbye.